There you go. Edit. It is still private. So right now I have it as a private because StreamYard is something that I just started using it since probably a couple of weeks ago. So I'm still
Right.
learning how is everything. So I just do it public right now. And we are officially live now.
There we go.
There you go. There you go. Man. Okay, let me see if it's everything it's running smooth. I think it is. Let me see. What is it? This one, it's running. There you go.
Let me check.
Okay, I got it. I got it. It is running.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see it on your thing. Let me
Yeah.
leave a thumbs up.
Let me change. I prepare a thumbnail, of course. This one, at least I prepare it. There you go. There you go. Is that made for kids? It's not made for kids, this stream. No. There you go. Amazing.
Yeah, you don't need to do that stuff right now. You just you
Ah,
can do that afterwards.
okay. So, dear Uncle Sharma.
Yes, sir.
So, let's go. Tell me. So this is the first time. So you are entering officially in an enemy territory, you know, because well, we have you are an Inter fan,
Yes.
okay? And would you like to explain how come you became an Inter fan and a little bit about your story? Where's this love for the blue and black comes from? What is the problem? That's what I want to ask.
Well, the problem started when because I grew up in Italy, so I grew up in Modena in Italy, and when I was young, when I was a kid, Ronaldo, like the 98 season, maybe 99, when he first joined, and yeah, R9, the original, that was the
Luis
pull the name.
Nazario,
Yeah,
the
Nazario.
legend.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Who also played, unfortunately, also played for you guys later on, but he was dusted. He was finished by then. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was like the ignited my love. I was like, this guy is just amazing. Like, wow.
Uh-huh.
And I really liked the color blue as well when I was younger. So it was just like,
Right.
and some of my friends was Interisti. So I think it was just kind of a combination of things.
So you speak Italian as
Yes,
well?
yes. So I can speak
Ah,
Italian.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it's
That's
not as
cool.
good as it used to be because I moved here. I live in the UK now, here in
Uh-huh.
Leicester, and I've been living here
Leicester.
for 16, 17 years now. So I don't
Wow.
really practice my Italian. It's still there, but it's not
Uh-huh.
very smooth anymore.
And do you have chance to go back to Italy sometimes, or you go down in summer maybe, or sometimes? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I tried to go. Yeah, I tried to go. My aim is to go once a year, like to watch a game in Milano, like to watch one Inter game, but it hasn't worked out as of now. But I've been, yeah, I think I went 2 years ago last time.
Okay.
So I'm overdue a visit, but I try to go, yeah, like once I guess every 2 years. But I want to
Wow.
visit the south more now. I haven't visited the south of
The south
Italy.
of Italy. It's
Yeah,
fantastic, man.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Which area of Italy are you from?
From Milan.
Oh, you're from Milan. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. I live probably 10 traffic lights from San Siro.
Wow. So you're
Hmm.
local. You're supporting the local.
I'm supporting the real local.
So those
No,
people
it's good.
can't
It's
say
good.
anything to you.
What?
The people, there's a lot of British fans, the support your local, like, oh yeah, you have to support your local team. You can't be supporting teams from
Other,
other.
yeah.
Yeah,
But so you support full, I mean, of course, full time Inter, of course, and you
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
do you follow Premier? Like, do you actually follow some? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think those are the two main leagues. Serie A is my number one league, and then Premier
Uh-huh.
League, and
Oh,
then yeah,
wow.
Leicester, because I live here. It's like
Really?
my I guess, no, I wouldn't say I support them, but I sympathize with Leicester.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, Claudio Ranieri, isn't it?
yeah.
I guess that was a hell of a party,
Oh,
hell
that
of
was
a
crazy.
season, man. That
Yeah, that
was
was crazy.
crazy, unbelievable. You
Yeah.
must be very proud because of Claudio Ranieri, Italian in your city. Like,
Yeah, there was so many that whole week after Leicester won the Scudetto, or like the
uh-huh,
Premier League, it
yeah.
was like so many Italians there. Like, it's like literally Leicester was full of Italians coming from, even some of my friends from childhood from Italy. They traveled just for one day. Just for one day, they came to like Birmingham
Wow.
Airport. Then overnight they came to Leicester just for that party that was going on in Leicester, and then flew back the next day. So it was crazy.
That is good. That is good. Well, that was a football fairy tale, honestly. Like, I
You'll
never seen
never,
anything.
you'll never see it. I don't think you'll ever see it. I think the way
No,
football is going, I don't think we'll see that again.
no, exactly. So I'm, 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 I'm amazed. Really, really, really. That was an incredible story. So, and you watch sometimes Premier League, I guess. Yes, of course,
Yeah,
as you
yeah. I
mentioned. Yeah.
watch, quite a lot of Premier League.
I'm gonna ask you a very standard question. What
Mm,
do you think is the main differences in between Premier and Serie A on not talking about budget, of not talking about stadiums. I'm
mm.
talking about football itself. Like, if you see a Serie A match or if you see a Premier League match, what do you think are literally the main differences?
Yeah, I think it's the standard question and also standard answer. I think is just the
Yeah.
the intensity is different. Like, it's just
Uh-huh.
up and down, and tackles flying in. The physicality is just a
Uh,
different level. It's almost like a different sport, I would say.
wow. Wow. Okay. So the tempo in Premier, it's faster. But why do you think is that? Why do you think is that? Do you think it's because Italian look more about the tactics, they more look like managing the game rather than two boxers that they just punch themselves, bam, 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 constantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's just more, how it is. Italian football is just
Uh,
more strategic, tactical.
yeah.
I think it's the culture as well. Like, it's just, I don't know, like,
Okay.
British culture, everything, when you grow up here, even like Sunday league football, like amateur football, everything is about, put a big tackle in, everything is like pam, pam, like everything is like, passion is grinta,
Okay.
as he would say, is
See, see,
I
see,
think,
see.
yeah,
Wow. I didn't imagine that. So that's a good answer, actually. I like that.
yeah.
Wow. So who's gonna win the Premier League this year?
Doch, I think it's just clear. I think Man City, unless
Yeah.
something stupid happens, I think it has to be Man City.
Has to be Man City.
Yeah. What
What
do you
Inter
think?
fans? I think what's his name? Pep Guardiola has a hell of a team, man. He just
Yeah.
name any player on the planet, he just got it.
Mm,
And I watched recently what's the documentary on Manchester City,
yeah.
and man, that guy is a machine. Literally, it's like you have to have such a discipline and such a high level to play in that team that
Mm,
honestly, when I was at that age, 20, 25, that that rhythm, that tempo, the discipline, the way of being a perfect I couldn't do it. Honestly, they earn a lot of money, but still,
yeah.
probably they don't even have time to enjoy those money. So
Yeah.
they're very tied up. So, and Pep Guardiola is like, you are in or out. You're not staying in the middle. So
No.
it's very, very, very good coach, really. Wow. Well, here we got a question for you already.
Mhm.
What Inter fans think about Milan? Mortal enemy or competitive brother? Ah, let me
That's a good
listen
one.
this answer.
Recently, I think over the last year or so, is becoming back to the mortal enemy now, because
Yeah.
we both went through a very, I think, 10 years of like the banter era. It was not good for both of us. We were both
Hmm.
just sixth, seventh, fourth. Like, it was just like, ugh. The derbies were like, they were good,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like the quality wasn't there. Now
True.
both teams are good. Both teams are competing for the Scudetto. Juventus are
Mm.
like not as good at the moment. So at the moment, and you've seen the derbies as well. Players like Theo Hernandez. Oh my God! If I
How much you hate it? How much you
yeah.
hate him? Tell me. Tell me how much.
Yeah, I think I have a ranking of players I hate the most. So before it used to be I think Bonucci, Quadrado were like the top two. But now I think Theo is like number one
Oof,
for
man,
sure.
Theo.
And he knows it. He knows how to do it. Like he does it on purpose. Like he's so good at doing what he does. Like, oh, I hate
And
him so much.
can I add a little things about what you just said? I
Yeah,
love that the derbies are back like this.
yeah.
I love the last derby. It was like after 8 minutes there was a fight.
Yeah.
Can I
And him
say
and
I love it?
Dumfries, bro. Him and Dumfries hate each other so much.
I mean, can I say I love that because it's like finally they really care about who's gonna
Yeah,
win. I love
yeah.
that. That's real. That's real football right there, man. I remember one interview from probably it was a Manchester City against Manchester United, and Roy Keane said, "I don't understand why at the end of the derby, these players they all hug each other. It was a 0-0. It was a terrible match, and they were hugging each other. Like where is the football?" And happy to have real things back, man. Real, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it's nice to see that back, that fieriness. But the quality, I think mainly, we said some derbies where you remember there was one derby where it was bloody we had is it, Ranocchia or Juan Jesus captain, you guys had like Montolivo or someone, like it was like wow.
That meme, the meme that they had the shovel in their hands with
Yeah, that one.
that was
It's like, there's no quality on the pitch. It was like, the best player for Inter was like Freddy Guarin, or like someone is just like,
man. We had Niang, you got Paletta.
Keisuke Honda.
Man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Look what I say is it's good to have this kind of the vibes back. Really, honestly, I'm very very happy. So, well, we are about to entering a little bit into your favorite topic, which is Inter. So, let me ask you. This first part of the season, give me your review. What did it go as you were thinking? Did this first part of the season really? I don't know. Were you expecting this Classifica, this table? Did you expecting losing 2-3 matches?
3. Yeah.
What was your expectation in the beginning of the season, and what they are now like?
Honestly, this season actually even at the beginning of last season, I wasn't particularly positive. But it's just there's too much going off the field with our ownership and stuff. So I wasn't, and our transfer windows since last year, like we're selling more than we are buying. Like it's just not a good situation. But no, I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. Like I thought we would be, near the top at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really bad. And more is the amount of goals we're conceding. Like that's really surprising. Like 11 goals we already conceded. Like I think we have like the 4th worst defense. Like I think only Monza and like those like relegation teams have conceded more than us. So that's embarrassing. So yeah, it's definitely worse than I thought. Champions League is pretty much what I expected. But in the Campionato is definitely worse.
Well, I honestly I watched the last match against Udinese. I fully watched, and it's I don't know, man. I mean, playing over there at 12 o'clock, it's fucking Udinese. Man, it's like a suicide. It's hard, difficult match. But I don't know. I feel like I have sometimes the feeling that the Inter that scares me the most, but the good Inter that scared me in the last few years was Conte Inter. Hakimi on fire, Lukaku on fire, Lautaro, man, I cannot even. That Lautaro, man, it's terrible, man. It's very bad. But Conte was literally letting the players spitting blood.
Yeah.
And they were ready to die for him. And now I don't see the same. I don't know. I don't see the same grinta. You know what I mean? I don't see the same attachment to the jersey of the player. You know what? I don't watch Inter every Sunday, but their body language when they were losing 2-1, 3-1, it was Barella. It was like this. Brozovic was like this. Like calm down. Like still losing 2-1. You can win this match.
Yeah. No, it's 100%. Yeah, the body language. But the thing is, with Barella and Brozovic, they've always been like that. Like they're known, like Brozovic is known to be always like this and stuff. But you're right though. But there is something like and something is not quite right this year. But I this year, like I agree with Inzaghi, he's nowhere near that level of getting that out of the players. But at the same time, you had Conte for 2 years, like, and we won the title, like, and now your team is a young team. Our team is much more experienced, and like a little bit older in age. Like, you'd think that now they've kind of absorbed that, they know what to do. But it's like, Conte left now. They had the 1 year last year. Now it seems like everything is gone now. It's just like they're crumbling. I think it's more, I put it more on the players. I think it's embarrassing that they need like a sergeant, like Conte shouting at them, screaming at them all the time.
Wow.
Like, I think I'm really disappointed in the players, to be honest, more than the coach. I think the coach is also showing, obviously, his limitations, which we knew when we signed them. I think at Inter in general, when you look at the successful coaches at Inter, there's always a strong personality, like Mourinho, Conte, you go back Trapattoni, like strong characters, like Inzaghi.
Super point.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it is what it is. We took a gamble with Inzaghi. He's a younger coach. We know like his limitations, but he hasn't improved, like any, like press conferences as well. Like, he's so boring to listen to Inzaghi. Ma io penso che che due palle.
Che due palle, vero? But here is another question. Do you think that Inter a little bit like has suffered the backlash of Milan winning the Scudetto last year? And
yeah, 100%. Yeah, that as well. Yeah, good point. Like, I don't think they've got over that. I think it was like, there's no denying it. Inter bottled it, because Inter, before we went into the derby where you guys beat us, we were, I think, +7 on you guys.
7. With the first half, you were a +10.
Yeah, exactly. And then, even after that, there was plenty of time to recover from that. There was that period where we went, I think, 2 months, I think, without winning, or something crazy like that, like January, February. And I think the players, you saw at the end when you guys won Sassuolo and we won against Sampdoria, and Lautaro was crying. There was a few of the players crying. But I thought that moment would have been like, the moment that, okay, next season we go with the fire, with anger. But it seems like they're still, I don't know, thinking about that, or like, it doesn't seem like there's that fire that I thought they would have.
And what's your opinion on Simone Inzaghi? Do you think he still have the team in his hands, or do you think he's?
I don't know, man. That Udinese game is really, like, I've been like, Inter fans, I don't think they've really warmed up to Inzaghi in general. Like, even though we won Coppa Italia and Supercoppa last year, I don't think they've like really, they've not been won over, even though we've played some really nice football last year. But I was still positive about him. But after that Udinese game, like, that substitution after 30 minutes, like, I've never seen that in my, like, I've seen it like with one player, but he did it with 2 players and it didn't work. Like, if it worked, then I would have been like, okay, it worked. So I think that moment there, like subbing Bastoni and Mkhitaryan, like, that can lose the dressing room, I think. So I think he's a dead man walking.
You think that substitution can lose the dressing room like that, just like that?
Yeah, because I think it shows like desperation, doesn't it? Like, it shows confusion. I think it shows like a guy who doesn't have, like, clearly he didn't prepare, he didn't get the players prepared properly, because if he had to make a substitution after 30 minutes, it means that whatever you said in the dressing room didn't work, and you had to feel so desperate to do that.
Wow. Because they got the 2 yellow cards, right? So they were like, okay,
yeah,
now
and that's another thing. He's obsessed with this bloody yellow card thing. Is like, it's crazy. Like, as soon as a player gets a yellow card, it's like, he's he's gonna come out at some point. Like, I don't know, he's got some sort of obsession.
Yeah. Wow, man. I don't know. We will see. And what do you think between me and you, do you think he's gonna stay? Do you think what I mean, what's the plan for the next, like, do you think he need to stay? With you guys need a change, and if you need a change, who? Do you want to leave him maybe until the World Cup starts? Like, what do you think is gonna happen now?
I don't think they're gonna fire him because of our financial situation. We gave him a new contract last year as well after the season, so he earns like 4.5 million. Like
Yeah.
he earns quite a lot of money, and we're broke at the moment, so I don't think we're gonna fire him unless we start to. I think the top 4 is minimum. So if he starts to like look like we might miss on the top 4 because we need that Champions League money, then they might do it. But yeah, I think definitely at least until the World Cup he'll be there, because I just don't think financially we can do it.
Okay. Well, that's you're saying all things that all make sense, to be honest with, because you did. If that's my opinion. Let's say I'm an Inter fan. Okay. Let's say this is my opinion for Inter. I think.
So you're wearing an Inter shirt right now,
and I'm wearing an Inter shirt right now. So, I think the main thing for you guys, as you mentioned before, is the coach. I think Inter, every time they won, is because they had a coach with a very big personality and big voice. And every time you try a different coach, Pioli, this is the proof. Every time you need a coach that it's really shake up everything and is a supreme leader. And for me, I like now, from a Milan point of view, I like it now because I see that Inter is beatable, which is for the last 7, 10, almost 10 years. It was every derby was like boom, 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 boom. So now we finally are very happy because hell yeah. We already beat you twice in this year and the year before. So this is something that I don't know since how many years happened. So, but I will be fucking upset, man. But what do you think of, for example, Lukaku? Man, that guy, man. I don't know. Preheat soup, man. Preheat soup. You tell me. What's the plan?
I wanted him back, to be honest. I wanted him back as soon as that opportunity was there. As soon as that opening was there, I said let's bring him back, because I just think in Serie A he still can make the difference. I just think there's that type of player. I still think there's no centre back apart from the centre backs you guys have, apart from Tomori and Kalulu. There's no centre back that can handle someone like Lukaku in Serie A. But yeah,
the match against Udinese, I had the feeling like if Lukaku was playing that match, I'm not sure if you're gonna lose that match.
Yeah, because there's always space, especially when teams are pressing. Well, like when we have Dzeko playing, and the teams know, and Lautaro as well, because Lautaro doesn't have that much speed. So with the teams, they can press us. They know there's nothing to look behind. At least with Lukaku, there's that fear of like, okay, if I go to press him, first of all, I'm probably not gonna win the war because he's gonna outmuscle me.
Bam!
Yeah. So there's that. He makes you think twice, any centre back, before you go to press Lukaku, unless his touch is, his touch, even though sometimes can be bad. But yeah, he gives us a different dimension for sure.
Of course.
But we haven't really seen that. I mean, obviously he was injured for like most of the games until now, but even the first few games, we haven't really seen the Conte Lukaku yet. So
not yet.
But I think he's gonna come good. I think one thing I've seen Inter fans now, it was because Dybala was supposed to come. The choice was between Dybala and Lukaku, really, and then Inzaghi. I think the management, everyone chose Lukaku over Dybala, and now obviously Dybala started the season really well. So it's like, maybe we should have gone for Dybala.
That's an interesting. I don't know, man. It's, football is not like this. That if there was this guy, if the
Yeah. But you know how it
Dybala,
is, like reactionary. Like right now, things are going
yeah,
bad at Inter, so we're looking at everything like, oh, maybe we should have done this, maybe we should have done that.
exactly. And here you got a question right away. Is Gosens a bench player for Inter?
That is a good question. We need to ask Inzaghi that, because I really don't understand what his like. Does he not like him? Like, I understand he had a really serious injury when we signed him last year at Atalanta, so
Yep.
he
I
needs to
remember that.
recover from that. But at the same time,
It's
I
been
think
1 year. Like,
yeah, he needs to start playing more often. Like he played both Champions League games, but I
yeah.
think he needs to be started in Serie A as well now, because Darmian can't be our like. He's a reliable guy, Darmian. I know he used to be Milan
Uh-huh.
youth, but
Yeah.
he can't be the starting left wing back at Inter. Like it's even a right wing back, which is his proper position. Left wing back is useless because he doesn't really have a left foot. So, and even Di Marco, I like Di Marco, but I don't think he's starter material for a club like Inter.
Mm,
So I think Gosens, hopefully after this international break, because I know he's been caught up with Germany, hopefully he's going to be making it his position now.
I agree. And enough that I'll just ask your question. Say thank you for asking my question. Thank you for asking my question. Thank you to reply, Uncle Sharma. Thank you so much. Now, here is the point. So, if Inter is going like this, do you think what's going on with Juventus?
Oh my God, I am enjoying that is the one thing that is like saving me from being depressed,
Yeah.
because at the same time I look over to Torino and I see these guys are even doing much worse than us. So
Wow, man.
that is the team. I 100% hate Juventus more than I hate Milan. Like
Really?
that is, yeah. I hate Juventus. Like if they like disappear from like, I just want them to like disappear from the world if it's
Wow.
possible. Like I hate them so much. So I am enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot.
Enjoying it. Yeah. That's crazy. How I mean, I watched against Salernitana. I watched against the match against Monza. Man, against Monza, which is the new promoted, for the first 25 minutes, they didn't they didn't play football. And the question also that some Italian journalist was like, but Juventus didn't have this guy, didn't have that guy, didn't have this, didn't have Chiesa, Pogba, whatever it is. And my people were like, do you really need Pogba? You are a Juventus. Do you need Pogba to beat Monza? Do you need Di Maria to beat Monza? Do you need Chiesa to beat Monza?
No.
And do you think Allegri is gonna last? Or
I think it's a similar situation with Inter, where it's like Allegri, I think he earns like 8 or 9 million, like something crazy, and he's until I think he's got a contract until not even next season. I think the year after. So there is going to be like a big payoff if they want to get rid of him. So I think they're probably going to give him until the World Cup, at least until November, to see how it goes. But I think with them, Juve, they have a little bit more money, and I think if things are going
just
like
a little
this,
bit more?
just a little bit. So I think, but it's looking so bad. Like even last year, they won nothing last year. That was the first time I think in the decade that they won nothing. So there's big pressure on Allegri, and I'm really disappointed in Allegri, because I thought, I wanted him actually at Inter before we got Inzaghi. I thought, Allegri was free, so I thought, he's a winner after Conte. He did the same thing at Juventus, managing the team after Conte, but wow, this guy is showing, like, I know you probably keep up with, how the Italian media, like Lele Adani and the Bobo TV guys talk about him. But it's true, like, this guy hasn't moved on. Like, he stayed, his football is still from like 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's really, really terrible. I don't know how they will end up, man. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. But was he like, you guys had him at Milan, like, was he? I'm sure he used to play better football before.
Yeah, but that Milan, man, had the Thiago Silva prime, Ibrahimovic prime, Clarence Seedorf. We still had Nesta. I mean, that Milan there, it was. He
But he
definitely
always had
shot
like
the
really weird tendencies. Like, he used to play Manuel's son as like a trequartista, or like he used to do weird things
Yes,
like that.
yes, he got his own favorite things. Like now he plays Quadrato wherever he likes,
Yeah.
and it's. But I don't think he's a bad coach. I think preheated soup. It's just like if you
Mm.
break up in the beginning, it's like it's useless to come back. Really, there is gonna be always a problem. So if I was a Juventus fan, I would be really, really, really worried, especially because like this guy this summer they bought this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. They are the PSG of Serie A, isn't it?
Mm.
They are the
Yeah, yeah.
PSG of Serie A.
That's what I mean. They're the highest paid team salaries.
Mm,
They're the most expensive. The
yeah,
coach is the highest paid. So there's no excuse.
no excuse at all, and they still shit, and we enjoying it.
Yeah.
We are watching the boat going down.
Yeah. I hope they keep Allegri for longer.
Do you think here? Okay, do you think it's gonna end up top four?
Yeah, I think, even last season, remember, they struggled, and then they signed Vlahovic, they signed Zakaria in January. Like,
Yeah,
if they get to January and they'll be like, oh shit, we need to let's
yeah.
sign like they'll sign like some crazy players, and they'll make top four. They always somehow do it, man.
Wow, man. This is. We will see. We'll see. Because last year they signed in January. They signed Vlahovic, 70
Yeah,
million, just like that.
yeah.
Uh,
Zakaria,
Zakaria. Then they got this summer. They got Pogba, Di Maria, Kostic,
Paredes,
Paredes, like
Bremer.
Bremer. Which is Bremer. I would love to have him, man. I would love to
Oh,
have him in my team, but man, it's
you
very
guys
big.
don't need him.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. The problem here in Milan, it's from our point of view, is that especially in the beginning of this season, we are conceding way too many goals, way too many goals,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm afraid.
Tomori is not at his like usual level.
Let me ask you this question for you then. What do you think of Milan this first half of the season? How did you like? Beside, of course, saying that Milan is shit, uh, but if you were like from an outsider, what do you
No,
think of
no.
this first part of Milan?
No, no, honestly, like, I only have respect for this Milan team,
Mm,
honestly, because I just love what you guys have done. Like, young project, like,
mm,
your average age is like 24, 25. Like, it's so, not spending that much. Like,
mm,
I really like what you guys have done, and you started again. Like, maybe it's so, I don't know how Pioli has done this. Like, Pioli used to be, on that, he wasn't on the top tier level of Italian coaches, but now he's like, he's doing what I'm saying, like Inzaghi hasn't been able to do. Like, your players after
mm,
the Scudetto, now they're still like got that fire in them, still,
mm.
playing good football, still, challenging for you in Europe. You're doing really well. Um, like, yeah, I've been impressed. Yeah, maybe you're conceding a little bit more than you should be, especially how strong your defense was last year. But I think on the individual level, again, I don't think, like, even though you won the Scudetto, like, when I look at your team, I'm still not having that. There's not that fear factor when I look at the team, like the names,
Yeah.
which is weird because now you are the Scudetto. But again, like, it still felt like a surprise you guys winning it last year. And I
Mm.
think, but I think now, though, having looked at how everyone is playing, I think you are the favorites for the Scudetto, even though you're not top right now.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, I think, Napoli did the same thing last year. I think last year they won 8 in a row in the
Mm.
first 8. Like, so I think they will drop off at some point. Udinese obviously are not going to stay there.
No.
Atalanta maybe, because they don't have Europe.
Yeah,
Um,
but Uncle, you know what's the problem? The problem is that this year is a strange year
yeah,
because there is
we
a
do.
World Cup in the
It is a
middle,
very strange year. Yeah,
and it could be the strange year for fucking Napoli or I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying that something strange could happen because this is the first time that we have a World Cup right in December out of nowhere, and I don't know.
yeah. It could be like literally is like having 2 seasons in one. So it could be like the first half of the season could be completely different to the second half.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you guys don't have that many players that are probably going to go that far in the World Cup, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yep.
Because like with Inter, we have Lautaro in Argentina, probably one of the favorites. With Lautaro probably going to be going later. Lautaro and Correa, Lukaku maybe with Belgium. De Vrij, Dumfries with Holland, maybe.
Brozovic.
Sorry,
Croatia.
Brozovic, yeah,
Croatia, maybe.
Yeah, so I think we have more of a World Cup factor than you guys.
Well, let me tell you, go Magnan and Theo Hernandez is France.
Yeah,
these two guys, and Giroud, because he's playing good, so they decided to call him inside. So these three, they're big. Okay, we have Tonali. I am quite sure that the England is gonna go far this year.
Oh yeah, I mean they had the final, semi-final. I think they will.
Ah, really?
No, as in like they recently like in the World Cup they went to the semi-final.
Yeah.
And then in the Euros they were in the final. So I think now England is definitely a solid, consistent team.
Exactly. So probably Tomori is gonna go there. It's gonna go far away. Portugal with Leao. I know you have one of the GOAT playing in Portugal, but still, the thing is Napoli doesn't have many, because you got Osimhen from Nigeria. You got what's his name? That guy, the Georgian
Maradona.
guy. That guy there, Maradona, which is Georgia, and they don't play. Zielinski in Poland. The other guys, they are all. They could take a very good rest, and it could be Napoli or Atalanta. I don't know. But the Campionato is 37, 38 matches. It's very long, and you need to have very good mentality, being strong in the mind more than the body. Because last year, Milan, I believe that we won the Scudetto because we were like just believing in what we were doing, because you were better. Inter was better last year, really. And we just somehow we found the energy. I don't know from what, and we just went straight through.
Yeah, you had so many like 1-0 wins as well on the way. Like it's crazy. Like you that's what I'm saying. Your team, it doesn't make sense. Your team is supposed to be like a young team, so the way that you guys played was like your players are all like 30, 28, like they're all experienced. Like it's anomaly to me how your team plays.
And well, I was about to ask you a bad question, but probably I'm gonna. How did you leave the last few matches last year?
The last what? Sorry.
The last few matches, like.
It was just like I used to do on my channel. I used to make the preview like, yeah, we'll see. But it was the thing because a lot of Inter fans believed, but I was just like Milan. I thought after your Hellas Verona game, I was like, that's it. That was the game where I was like, no, that was the one I had hope because of Hellas Verona. On the Tudor, they were kind of a difficult team to play.
Yeah.
But after that, I was just like, Atalanta, these days they smashed them anyway. Sassuolo, I have no hope. Like it was the Hellas Verona game. After that, I was just like, that's it.
Yeah.
Well done. Congrats.
Well, thank you. I will see this year how we go, especially because we have.
And you guys, the thing that annoyed me is that we won it when it was the COVID period, so we didn't get to like. I would have flown to Milan just for like that 1 or 2 days just to celebrate, but we didn't get to do that. You guys got to fucking
2 days
in our faces.
2 days, man.
Yeah,
Sunday and Monday.
And those boards, the Coppa Italia, mettila nel culo, Çalhanoğlu, figlio di puttana, all that stuff, That bad. That's what I'm saying. These players, the Inter players, should have been like ready to go this season. Should have been like,
you know what they should have done? Like in the beginning of the season, first training, full team, everyone come back. You show full length 2 hours of Milan celebrating the Scudetto.
on a big screen, and just
And you don't let them. You close the door and you say, okay, now you're gonna watch. You hear
yeah,
all the chants and everything,
yeah.
and then you go off. You go. Yeah, because some players, I'll tell you from a Milan from a Milan point of view, some player doesn't have proud like your number 20. I mean, it's every. I mean, the first you play with that jersey for 4 or 5 years. I don't even recall. And the first time that you score, you go under the curve and you do like this. It's like, man, we were fuming. We were fuming, man. We were fuming. When I saw that, I was like, man, really? Where do you take the balls to do that? Honestly, like that was.
Yeah, but at the same time, you were singing Çalhanoğlu Bildiği Futana the whole match. You expect him to have no reaction. I don't understand why you don't expect him to have a reaction.
Yeah. No, that was.
Then there's clearly some stuff going like in the dressing room. Like we saw someone asked earlier about the Theo Hernandez question. Like
What's happened with Theo and Hakan? Yeah.
There's something clearly like, before Hakan left Milan, that was because I know what I read is that he was very close with I think Salamakers and Benacer, I think, were his good friends, and Kessie was like his 3 good friends in the team. But then like it clearly seemed obviously him and Zlatan hate each other now, but there was clearly something not quite right in the dressing room.
But they were taking picture even together, like Zlatan and Hakan. Remember that picture?
Yeah, they were like best bike buddies or something.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like really, something happened there. There must be like, well, last year on the parade, Fernandez, he was strong on the mic, like
he was the
and the
DJ.
message to Hakan, Çalhanoğlu, literally like this. So that was strong even for me. Say, man, that guy was playing with you, but great.
And like, did you see the handshake thing in the last
I saw it.
Yeah.
That was like that was an interesting one. But again, as we said in the beginning, I love the fact that they're back like this. Derby are really back like
proper
this.
rivalry.
Proper. So it's best to see it like this. These guys, so at least they have something to fight, and we love it, and we love to see it like that. Yeah. So. Good stuff. Have a sip of wine for you, man.
Oh, nice. Classy guy.
Yeah. So.
What about you? Who'd you like from the Inter? Tell me, like, who do you like from the Inter squad? Who do you rate, and who do you think is like overrated in our team?
I'll tell you. Who I will take from Inter without any hesitation. It's Lautaro Martinez.
El Toro.
Mamma mia. I will take him. Every time he plays against Milan, he's always score.
Yeah, he's good. He's good usually in the last one. The last one he wasn't good, but
okay.
usually
But
quite good.
Still, he did an incredible job for Correa. He protect the ball, and so Lautaro Martinez, I will take him tomorrow. The other one that I think it's very, very good that I like from Inter, it's Dumfries.
Really, Dumfries?
I don't know. I feel like it's. I don't know. I
guess it's because you guys got Calabria, so it's like his opposition that is like,
Yeah. But don't you think Dumfries is good? It's what is missing. I mean,
he's not my type of player. Like he's not, he's not technical. Like he's
it's just physical.
Yeah, like I like him. He's got like I like his mentality. Like he's got he was the captain at PSV. You can see like he's a good, mentally strong guy, and like he's got grinta, but like he doesn't have that like that technical ability to like create something. So yeah, but I like him.
Because other than that, I mean, don't get me wrong. Who doesn't want to have Barella? Who doesn't want to have a Brozovic? I'm thinking practically in a Milan right now, what we can use easily is a Lautaro Martinez, because believe me or not, man, but our biggest problem is still the because this year uh, we're conceding more. We are conceding more goal, but in the opposite side, we are not scoring enough. And now Giroud is on fire. Okay, si è girato, he score, and so on. We love it, but can he do a season like this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't
especially you're
think so,
playing
man.
him so much this season because of the injuries. Like we saw last season, Dzeko started really, really well, but I think at that age you can't play that
You
many
can't,
games.
not many, not many.
Yeah,
So hopefully he's gonna keep scoring. Ibra, I cannot really count on Ibrahimovic, you know.
yeah,
And Origi, man, I'm so upset. I'm so upset with Origi because it's all the Liverpool fans, when I made a video reaction about Origi to Milan, everyone, oh, you just bought a legend, you just bought this guy, you just bought that. Fine,
yeah. But he's a legend for them just because he's
it's a
comes
legend
out
for
with
them.
substitutes. Yeah, but it's more like he never. I think he never started more than like 10 games for Liverpool in the season. Like he was never a starter. He was just kind of like an impact substitute.
Yes, exactly. So uh,
So
I'm
yeah,
I'm
he's
bit
the number 9.
I'm a bit disappointed with that guy.
Yeah.
And who else we go? We don't have literally anybody else to score. That's the main problem. That's the main problem for Milan. So I will take Lautaro Martinez because he can do the job. And on the right, now we got Florenzi out 5 months. We got who else we got? We got Calabria. We got Dest. Man, against Napoli, you see him. You see him. It's crazy. One thing that I say is it's crazy how a player that got so much enthusiasm around, because we were very happy to see Dest, you know, American from Barcelona, the new properties and blah blah blah. And he played probably 15 minutes against Salzburg, and we were like, "Oh, Dest, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad." He played against Napoli, was like, "No, not this guy."
Yeah.
So we were a bit under shock, to be honest. So we will see. That's why I will take Dumfries easily. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
that's it.
I'll
Really.
take Magnon, please.
Who you
One
take? Who you take?
Magnon.
See?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, with Onana now we'll see. But right now, definitely, I'll take Magnon, and then I would take Tomori for the center, like for instead of De Vrij. Even this is I'm talking about. This is like not just like right now. I said this like last season, and now I would take Theo for sure. Before, when Perisic was there, I wouldn't take Theo, but now I would take Theo for sure.
And you don't take the number 7, you don't take the Portuguese?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Imagine
That
him
guy,
and
man.
Lautaro up front. Yeah, that link up would be nice,
I would
because
love
that's
to
what
see.
the thing with Correa. I get made fun of because I'm like I like Correa, but he's not been good for Inter. But he's supposed to be the Leao for us. He's supposed to be the guy taking players, beating 1v1, dribbling, but he just
Imagine
doesn't.
Leao and Lukaku and Martinez.
Oof, that's crazy.
Any cross that Leao put in the middle, Lukaku can boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. His
In the
crossing
middle.
has become really good now, right?
Yeah. Any cross you're gonna put in the middle, Lukaku is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is fantasy football, isn't it?
Yeah.
I read that Inter is going to be bought by a Saudi group. Is it true? What do Inter fans think about that possibility?
No, it's
It's a gossip.
yeah,
It's a
like
gossip.
there's not been any confirmation of that or anything. I think if we get bought, it will be like the type of people that bought AC Milan, so like American. I think those are you seeing so many American companies have bought Italian clubs recently.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be if it happens, whichever Inter are on sale right now.
They are on sales?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
They're like now it's public because there's like they announced not announced it, but Goldman Sachs, the banking company,
Uh-huh.
they've been given the
Ah,
mandate to look for a buyer.
I didn't know. I didn't know. Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good, man.
about
That's
time.
good. Yeah. Exactly. And so we got this. We got Napoli. We got this Roma. We got Roma. How do you see this Roma?
Yeah, I think good, but I don't think they'll make top four. I think they won't make top
Ooh,
four.
really?
Yeah, it's so competitive though. I think Mourinho, I think he will do what he did last year. I think he will try to go for the Europa League.
Mm, yeah. He's
I
gonna
think
try
he
to
will.
win it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think he will do that. You know, he loves that. Like how he got the bloody tattoo of the Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. You know, like and I think that would be smart because that's that gets you Champions League, and he would
Yeah.
go down in history like straight away as like
Yeah.
one of the best
Wow.
managers ever for Roma.
Can you imagine Roma or Roma or Napoli winning the Scudetto?
Oh, I would prefer that over you guys winning it
Oh,
again for sure.
no, okay. But imagine, yes, something that I'm hating in this time because last match we lost against Napoli. And
Mm,
on my Instagram, on YouTube, I follow YouTuber, Instagram, and man, it feels like they are winning the Scudetto. They already win it. They're celebrating. They do all the meme with with Simeone score. Oh, si è girato, si è girato. I'm like,
mm. Nah,
I,
that's the thing I said earlier. Like Napoli, they do that a lot. Like especially Spalletti. Even at Inter used to have such good starts. I know it's Spalletti is always
yeah.
second half of the season is never the same
and
as the
then and then goes down.
yeah.
Uh,
But
yeah,
I really like Spalletti. So if Spalletti finally wins the Scudetto, I would be like low key quite happy for him.
yeah. No. I will be happy if any team win the Scudetto, but one or maybe two. It's
Yeah.
normal. It's normal. It's
Yeah,
normal.
it's normal. It's normal.
It's normal. But uncle, so how long have you been streaming? How long have you been? Let's talk a little bit about your channel, just because I'm curious. How long have you been open the channel?
Um, I think I actually have to check because I used to do so. There used to be a website called sempreinter.com,
Yeah.
and I used to do videos for them for like a little bit.
Okay.
But then I decided to do my own channel. Let's see. I can probably see on my channel if I see when I opened it. So I joined October 2019. So I'm
2019.
coming up to
Okay.
my 3-year anniversary actually.
So
Yeah.
good, man. And I see you're very close to four
Yeah.
thousand. No?
Yeah,
Wow. Almost there,
I'm
man.
30 subscribers away from 4,000.
30.
Yeah.
Wow. What are you gonna do at 4K? You gonna do something or a bottle of
5K,
champagne?
5K is the big one. 4K is
5K is the big one. I didn't know.
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just just numbers wise. I don't know. 4K it seems like 5. You're halfway to 10. Like that
Wow.
one feels like the big one.
And right, I'm gonna ask you this because you have a lot of 4,000 followers. Uh, what 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 suggestion can you give me to grow the channel? For example, from a sport point, like for video, what do? You do more live stream? Do you do more? Because you go strong on live stream. Like I saw last time, it's quite interesting, and you got a lot of people following you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's just consistent. Like it's
Mm.
just people because people know that now I go live. I do my pre-match either
Ah,
not necessarily live stream, but I do a pre-match and then post-match reaction
okay.
every time.
But okay.
And
Sorry.
then any trending topics. If there's like as soon as if Lukaku signs, you try to make that video on that day because I spoke
It's
to once I
trending.
got to speak to the Arsenal fan TV guy Robbie.
Oh, okay.
I met him at like this awards evening, and he said like people don't care, or like, no, they don't care, but the first 24 hours when something happens is the most important, because people are searching for it, straight away. So you have to try to do it as soon as something happens. So when people are searching, then you come to the top of the search and they find your channel and stuff like that. As more time goes past, and less people care about it. So yeah, if like something's happening for Milan, I would say, try to, even if you're maybe working, but maybe if you just try and make a quick video. It seems like shorts I've been suggested. I'm not doing it myself, but I need to do more, the shorts videos, like 1 minute ones and stuff like that. Yeah.
But you mean short video or the shorts?
The shorts.
On YouTube? Shorts, okay.
Because apparently the YouTube algorithm, because it's like a new thing, it's pushing them a lot.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's something that I can. So maybe. Okay, that's a good to know. And what other platform do you use? Do you use Instagram? I saw for sure Instagram, and what else? Because I saw. Yeah.
Instagram and Twitter is the only two really I use. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to do more on Instagram, but Twitter is my main one, because it's where all the memes, everything is born. Twitter is like the source of everything.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, everything on Instagram is secondhand. Everything on Instagram is like from Twitter. I feel like all the memes and stuff, because on Twitter you can post, well, they're getting a little bit bad, but you can post, match highlights, compilations. Like you can do more on Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram, if you try to post a goal from the match, it blocks you straight away.
Okay, that's super cool to know, man.
Yeah, and Twitter is like quick replies, is more interactive.
That's a new word for me, because I opened this channel when I was almost not even a year ago, and I simply opened it because I anyway on a Sunday I watch Milan no matter what's happening. So I was like, what's the point anyway? And then also because I from outside I didn't see anybody that was talking about Milan, for example, in English from in the beginning. And I was like, why I don't do it? So for me, I grew up in Milan. My grandfather is Milan. My grandfather is Milan. My father is Milan. So I trying to avoid it, because there was at times that I was like, no, I cannot. My mother was like, you cannot not do your homework and knowing all the Milan players. I'm like, so for a few years, I was like, okay, my mother told me to don't look. I'm not gonna look for a while. But then slowly came back. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna do it. And then this year I was like, last year I was like, man, why I don't do this in English? It's my second language. I can perfectly speaking, and I'm sure there's gonna people around the world loving it. And,
I feel like in Milan, you have a bigger fan base, English speaking fan base as well.
Exactly. And I watched some video of the guy called Milan Corner.
Yeah. I went on his channel.
Hell, man. Those videos,
he does like, the opposite. He kind of does like very heavily edited, so his is like very nicely produced, so it takes a lot of effort.
Bro, I was watching one of his videos, like, wow, like how can I compete with this guy? You know what I mean? Like,
no, I remember I asked him when I went on his channel. He asked me to do the Serie A predictions on his channel, and I asked him, and he says like, every video takes him like 2-3 hours to edit afterwards. Like, bro, I just go live stream, minimal editing, that's it, I'm done.
That is crazy. It's mental, like but it's very beautiful, very well made. It's incredible. It's really, really good. That's why I send him a message, say, man, congratulations, really, I'm very good. But the reason why also I contact you, because you have I'm inspiring a little bit by your style, because you're in your room with your Inter 1990, was that 1998? No.
It's just a pillow. I think 98. Like the UEFA Cup.
The UEFA Cup with Ronaldo doing the magic.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I was like, it's like me, but for Inter. So I
Yeah.
was like, that's somebody that I'm gonna follow, and if I got chance, I'm gonna do a live. So there you go.
Yeah. No, appreciate you.
Man. Uncle, look, I am super glad that we did this, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna do a shout out also to my mate Football Draw. That
Oh yeah.
man, what a legend, man! What a
Yeah.
legend! He's when I told him that I'm gonna do a live with him, he's like, "Oh man, I cannot do it tonight because of some wedding things and so on." So he was like, but otherwise he was with us, and he really want to talk to you as well. He want to get to know you because he want to ask you a few questions about Inter and so on. He's a football addicted, so
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. He's always I always see him in my comments and stuff. So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a
absolutely. Super cool, super cool. And well, what can I say? What else? I next we always do some live with him talking about Serie A exactly as we did today. You know, we make we talk freely about football, and of course you are more than welcome to join in any live because it was a super pleasure to have you, man. Really
no,
appreciate
it's
it.
really fun, man. I really enjoyed it. You clearly you know your football. So yeah, it's always enjoyable to talk to someone that knows ball.
Yeah, and it's good to see the both side, you know, because
Oh yeah.
you know, you're Inter and I'm Milan, and we have similar love and similar hate for teams. So it's good to know the other side of the Naviglio, what they think, you know.
Exactly.
Other than that, I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to say, or we can? That's it, really.
Yeah. No, if you guys if any of your viewers are interested in finding out more about Inter, even if you just want to hate on Inter, then check me out, Uncle Sharma, on YouTube. I try to make sometimes I do try to make like Serie A content as well, like general Serie A content, but Inter keeps me busy enough.
Enough headaches.
Yeah, plenty.
Amazing, Uncle. Well, any plan for the weekend without football, without Inter?
Not really, no. It's gonna be I need a chilled weekend actually because I've been a bit busy with work and stuff for the last few weekends. So I need to just yeah, I think I needed the Interisti needed a break from from Inter, so I'm gonna enjoy it.
Amazing, good stuff, man. Well, thank you so much, Uncle Sharma, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully.
Ciao, ragazzi, forza Inter! Leave a thumbs
Forza
up.
Milan! Ciao!